Are you trying to reduce your weight? Some of you might have put some extra kilos and now you have no idea or you are struggling how to get rid of those extra kilos from your body. Welcome to episode number 14 of my weight loss journey. In this video today, I'm going to share the meal plan, some basic and easy recipes, and also the calorie intake for day number 13, which is day 6, week number 2. If you have not watched my videos already, I request you to please watch those videos, specifically episode number 1, in which I have shared my weight loss journey in details, some measurements that you need to take, some basic equipment that you need, and also some BMI calculations and also the calculations for calorie intake that is required before you start this journey. So please watch episode number 1. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, I request you to please subscribe it. Press on the bell icon that whenever I upload a video, you get notified. And also please share my videos to anyone who is looking to reduce their weights. So let's start this video today. If you look at the meal plan today, we are going to have roasted chickpea smoothie for our breakfast. And then we are going to have some dates for our snack number 1. And then we are going to eat zucchini curry with bread for our lunch. And then we are going to consume kanji for snack number 2. And then we are going to eat chicken kebab for our dinner. And last but not the least, the green tea, which we are going to take around 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. in the evening. So let's start to prepare our breakfast. So please, gentle reminder to all of you, again, we need to have 8 glasses of water a day. So basically, you need to take 2 glasses of water before you have your breakfast, 20 minutes before you consume your breakfast. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take 50 grams of roasted chickpeas, and then I'm going to take 200 to 250 milliliters of milk. And then I will be adding stevia. Stevia is basically plant-based sugar, and it has 0 calories. It is not like a sweetener. It is basically plant-based sugar, and it does not, the molecules of stevia does not absorb in your body basically. So which means that they are not going to give you any calories, but again, it will give you sweet taste. And then you need to maybe add, if you would like, you can add, I would recommend you should add, because obviously it will give you some energy. So I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds, 1 tablespoon of sunflower seeds. You're going to mix them together in a blending jug and use your hand blender, and your smoothie is basically ready. Now, if you look at the number of calories, it has got 472 calories. I have seen if I take this full glass of smoothie, generally it gives me quite fullness and I don't feel any hungry, but obviously it depends one person to person. Now, moving on to snack number 1. So we're going to have dates for our snack number 1. Please make sure that we have got 1 glass of water before we take dates. Again, we should not be consuming too much because it contains too many calories. So I would suggest we will be only consuming 50 grams of dates. And if you look at the number of calories, it has got 141 calories. Moving on to the next part of this video, and that is preparation for our lunch. The lunch is very simple. Today we're going to eat zucchini curry with bread, or in India or Pakistan we call loki. Basically, like, you can make curry out of it. So what we need to do, we need to take 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Then I'm going to add approximately 100 to 200 grams of onions. Chop it and also you can add 1 tablespoon of ginger and garlic paste. And then we just need to cook it for some time. When the onions are slightly reddish, we need to add 200 grams of chopped tomatoes, and then you need to cook it for some time. You may add some little bit of water, and then using your hand blender, you can mix all those ingredients. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take approximately 200 to 300 grams of zucchini, cut into small pieces, and add this into the cooking utensil. And then you can add spices. I will be sharing the list of spices that I've added. For example, cumin seed or cumin seed powder, coriander seeds and powder, for example, carom seed, fennel seeds. So there are different spices combination that you can add. So I'll be adding all those spices, and I'll be sprinkling some coriander at the end, and also like a sweet pepper, for example. And you can see our curry is ready. And then obviously we'll be eating bread as I suggested in our video number 1. episode number 1, that we will not be consuming wheat, because I believe that consuming too much wheat actually is a main problem for us in subcontinent. Specifically, we try to eat bread or roti every single time, like in the breakfast and dinner, and also like in lunch every time. And then we also consume biscuits and all those kind of things, which also has got wheat. So eating too much of wheat actually causes a lot of problem, diabetes, etc. You can research about it. So for the weight loss, I will be avoiding wheat. But obviously, once you reduce your weight, and then you can have wheat bread, once or after 1 or 2 days. But again, we should not be eating it or consuming it on a regular basis unless you're doing loads of hard work, like physical effort. For example, if you are, for example, a labor, or your job requires you to lift heavy items, for example, then obviously you can consume it. But if you are doing a desk job, then obviously consuming wheat too much can actually put on more weight. So what I've taken is, I've taken 50 grams of chickpeas, and then I will be adding, because we need to make a batter, so I'll be adding approximately 100 grams of onion in it, and then I'll be adding some sort of vegetables. So you can use coriander or mint, for example, and then you can also add some spices. You can see the list of spices written in the description. You can blend in the blending jug and make a batter out of it, and then you can see I have prepared one bread or roti out of this batter. And please make sure that before we consume this lunch, we need to have 2 glasses of water. And also, if you look at the plate size, my plate size has got 1 portion, 1/4 of the plate is basically loki, and then approximately half of the plate is basically salad, and then one side we've got the bread that we have made. If you look at the number of calories, this particular lunch contains 375 calories. Moving on to snack number 2. In snack number 2, we are going to consume kanji. If you watch episode number 4, I have mentioned in details how to make kanji. It is a fermented drink. It has got prebiotics and probiotics, and it has got loads of advantages. It is very, very good for your gut health. So, but please make sure that we are not consuming too much of it. We should be consuming about 300 milliliters of kanji, and it should be able to give you approximately 50 calories. But please make sure that before you consume kanji, you need to have 1 glass of water before, because as I said, we need to drink at least 8 glasses of water, and we should basically change our lifestyle. Staying hydrated is very, very important. Now, moving on to the next part, and that is basically dinner. So for dinner, we're going to prepare chicken kebab. You might have seen people, there are different recipes, so I've got my own recipe. So what I'm going to take, I'm taking approximately 200 grams of onions, and then I have to remove and extract all the water from it. There are different ways of doing it. You can stain the water, or you can use any cloth, for example, which has got very small, tiny holes. So when you just press it through that cloth, for example, cotton cloth, for example, what is going to happen is the water will actually come out of it. Or you can just use a strainer and press using a spoon, for example, and then you'll be able to drain water. There are different methods of doing it. And then what I'm going to take, approximately 400 grams of chicken. Again, I will not be using all of it. I'm just preparing it, and then I'll be showing you how many chicken kebab we should be eating. And then we need to basically take 3 eggs, and then we need to add, you can add, for example, beans here. You can also add chickpea flour as well, and then you can add different spices. I have mentioned the list of spices in my in the description. You can add some sort of vegetables, for example, capsicum, 1 tablespoon of garlic and ginger paste as well. Again, there are different recipes. Some people put a boiled chickpea, split chickpeas. It's totally up to you what you want to put in. It's totally your choice. And then you can use the food processor or hand blender, for example. You need to just mix them all. Make sure you also put 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and you can see that my batter for this making kebab is basically ready. It is slightly thick, and then you need to freeze it for approximately 2 hours. You need to put it in the refrigerator so that it is basically ready. It actually sets itself, and then we just need to cook it. But again, we should not be frying it. We should be just sprinkling a little bit of olive oil on the pan. You can see, and then you can see that I have put it on the cooking utensil or frying pan, for example. And then you can basically what you need to do is you just need to cook it for some amount of time, and you can see, just flip it around after 3 to 4 minutes. Cook it well. It should be ready in 10 to 15 minutes. Like once the batter is ready, then after that it is not like a very lengthy process. And then what we need to do is we just need to take some green leaves or green vegetables like lettuce, for example, or any other salad that you like. You can take lemon as well, or other salad like onion, for example, or tomatoes or cucumber. We need to also make sure that because we've already eaten bread, so we will not be consuming any bread with it. If you would like, you can boil some amount of quinoa with it, but again, it will increase more number of calories. Already these kebabs, if you see, I've taken 5 to 6 or 7 kebabs. Like if you measure it on your wings, on the wing scale, the chicken wing scale, they should be around 150 to approximately 170 grams. So they also they already contain 513 calories, right? So if you, but before you consume your kebab, please make sure that you have 2 glasses of water, and this will basically meet the requirement of 8 glasses a day. Again, as I said earlier, you can see the number of calories, what sort of nutrition values it has got. 513 calories in this particular meal. Now, just like again, like in previous videos, the last part of this, like the meal today, meal plan today, and that is green tea. Green tea is very, very important. You might have seen in my previous videos as well. It has got loads of health benefits, and also it's very, very important in your weight loss. I also prefer to add some amount of moringa powder. It is readily available in subcontinent specifically. It is also available in Western countries as well, but it is a little bit expensive. So you can see what are the benefits of having moringa as well on my screen. And if you look at now the total number of calories for the whole day, including the roasted chickpea smoothie, dates, zucchini curry, congee, and chicken bread all together, if you add them together, they are approximately 1600 calories. As I mentioned in episode number 1, you have to decide how many calories you should be taking, and you have to decide a target basically. So, for example, when I was 92 kilograms, my calorie requirements per day with little exercise was only 500 calories. So if I'm eating 600 calories, which means that I have a calorie deficit of 900, which would actually reduce 100 grams of fat in one day approximately. And if I do it consistently and persistently, my weight will loss, the weight loss would be around 700 grams or 0.7 or approximately 0.8 or 0.9 kilograms. Tomorrow will be the last episode for the meal plans. The meal plans basically, that will be week number 2, and then I'm going to discuss in episode number 16 and 17. In episode number 16, we'll be discussing some sort of cheat days that you can have, and in episode number 17, I'll be concluding this whole video series, and I'm going to explain that what is next, how you're going to carry on your weight loss journey, and the meal plans, etc. If you have not already subscribed to my channel, I request you to please subscribe it. If you need one-to-one support to help you in your weight loss journey, we can provide you with your personalized diet plan. If you need any help with that, please write an email to us at info@agsreliance.org. Please also remember that 30 minutes of exercise is also very important for your weight loss. You don't want to lose your muscle mass, so please make sure that you're doing 30 minutes of exercise as well. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Keep sharing it with your friends and families. Amir Hassan, signing off.